Manny Pacquiao Brandon Rios fight. Um, this fight, was made China. Um, Pacquiao hadn't won in 2 years, hadn't knocked anyone out in 4 years. Was coming off a devastating knockout loss to Marquez. Rios was coming off the loss to Alvarado in the rematch. So this fight was set up. You know, um, Pacquiao, wins by unanimous decision. He looked good in the fight. Round one was a fill out round. I thought he, landed more punches. Round two, I thought Pacquiao landed more punches, but Rios, landed a couple of good shots on Pacquiao as well. Um, Round three, I thought Pacquiao won that round. He was on his toes. Rios just wasn't opening up enough, wasn't throwing enough punches. Round four, I thought, Pacquiao was dancing around Rios, showing a little bit of the footwork that he still has, and was landing some solid punches. Round five, Pacquiao was just simply outlanding Rios. You know, Round six, I thought at this point, Rios was just starting to become a punching bag. Same thing in round seven. Round eight, Pacquiao kind of like took round eight off, but he still won the round because he outlanded Rios. He still outlanded him in power punches, threw more power shots and landed more power shots. Round nine, again, at this point, he's just beating Rios up, and Rios is just not opening up. I don't know if he won. I don't know if he wasn't opening up because he didn't get countered or what. He just wasn't throwing enough, nor landing enough. Round 10, Pacquiao was just pounding on Rios. I guess Rios had it in his head at that point. There was nothing I can do that I'm going to land anything off. I'm going to really hurt him. So it's like he was just trying to, land out, make it to the decision. Same thing in the 11th round. It was just more of the same. In the 12th round, Rios let some shots go towards the end. But at the end, I thought Pacquiao won a shutout. Now, one judge had him winning every round. Another judge had Pacquiao winning 11 rounds. Another judge had Pacquiao winning 10 rounds. I guess those two judges was trying to be, generous to Rios. But all in all, Pacquiao clearly wins this fight by unanimous decision. How do I think Pacquiao looked? I think Pacquiao looked good. But let's be honest. I think Pacquiao looked good against an opponent he was supposed to look good against. Rios was kind of tailor-made for Pacquiao. So he looked good against an opponent he was supposed to look good against. That's what I would say. Now, Rios came to fight. Rios is a good fighter. Rios is not a great fighter, but he's a good, decent fighter. So Pacquiao did what he had to do to win the fight, and it was good entertainment. Rios, shouldn't walk away with his head held down. He just lost to one of the greatest of all time. It happens. He made $4 million. Okay, you can still there's still other opportunities and fights for him. Now, as far as Pacquiao, where does he go from here? He has options. He can either retire, which I don't think he will do. He can either try to get a Bradley rematch. He could even try to get a fight with Ruslan Provodnikov. Now that would be a shootout. He can try to get that fight. I mean, they're still talking about the Mayweather fight, but at this stage of the game, it'll be 2014 for that fight to happen. Mayweather will be 37, Pacquiao will be 35. At this stage of the game, if the fight happens, it happens. But is that something I'm really looking forward to? No, because I think that fight should have happened in 2010. Excuse me, when they were 4 years younger. So at this stage of the game, I really don't care if that fight happens or not. I wouldn't, be looking forward to it. Because, again, Pacquiao is with top rank. Mayweather has his own thing. And of course, he, Golden Boy promotes his fights. And of course, they fight on two different networks. In order for a fight like that to happen, both companies would have to, really come to the table, and the networks too, and do something like what Tyson and Lewis did. Have both companies, both networks promote the fight, televise the fight, and commentate the fight, and whoever wins could have rights to rebroadcast the fight on their network the next week. I mean, something like that can easily be made. It can happen, but does Pacquiao want the fight? Of course, he'd want the fight. Does Mayweather want the fight? I don't know if he'd want that fight. And at this stage of the game, I wouldn't blame Mayweather for not taking that fight now, but I do blame both fighters for that fight not happening years ago when it was supposed to happen. So that's my take on that as far as the Pacquiao Rios fight. Now earlier, Carl Froch had fought contender George Groves. Fight wasn't televised to those who are in the U.S. It was a good fight. It was a good shootout, slugfest. Carl Froch was knocked down in the first round. He was definitely hurt in the fight. But throughout the course of the rest of the fight, it was a straight up slugfest, a shootout, punch for punch. And Carl Froch got the TKO stoppage in the 9th round, which did look premature, but I guess the ref saw, so I guess that's why he stopped the fight. Do I think there should be a rematch? Most definitely there should be a rematch for that fight. So those are my views on that. Leave your comments and I'll respond. Till next time, everyone.